like to get out. Okay, I think I made that work. Somehow. Like, it has the beat that's like during the chorus of Rock Lobster. And it's basically just that over and over again. With some like techno beats mixed in every now and then, but other than that, it's like Rock Lobster.
Technician Sumaro to utility room.
What's this way? Oh yeah, bathroom. Are there any other ways in or out? No. Oh. Should be the last guy left, I believe. And I'm gonna hear the music for the rest of the mission, I assume. Hey, music died down. Where do these doors go? Do I even use them? I have no idea. Oh, I could use one of the guys for that. That would have been smart of me. Can you see down here? Gonna have to hope no. Okay, so there's a camera, I think, in the next room? Oh, wait, or is it in the ceiling? Did that ever come up? Okay, so there's the thing, the cone, but I switch to nothing. Nothing at all. Turn it off. There's a camera in this room. Looks like it's between the server banks. What's in the other room? There's a dude. There's always two? I see a shadow.
Gimme.
Man, that lock had the mini pins. No, not the gopher. Oh, it does a 360, doesn't it? Yeah, it does a 360. Come on, guy. Let's find out why the lights are off.
What? Who did that? Show yourself!
Hey, guy.
Tight security you have down here.
Not tight enough, apparently.
Tell me something that'll help me get around down here more easily.
Okay, okay. We recently set up some IR cameras.
Is that so? Anything else?
I am not sure what kind of security they may have down in the lower sub-levels, though.
Well, I already kind of knew about the cameras, so it wasn't really all that helpful. He's always nice to have. I would like to know where that camera is looking. You can stop looking at me now. Thank you. And he is none the wiser about any of that.
A reminder, no memos are to be posted on facility corporate without approval from Warrant Officer Yamata.
Fisher, GPS shows you're nearing the war room. Intelligence says it's a Tempest-hardened cube. The only way you'll be able to record what's going on in there is to find some way inside.
Tempest hardening might keep out electronic intruders, but I'm betting the room isn't airtight.
Probably not.
So this is how I get up. Oh good, you made it on your first try this time. I'm impressed, Sam.
Sam, I've got some details on the building's infrastructure. This vent should come out directly over the war room.
I would hope
Try and
so.
laser my
I'm right
grenade
next
gun
to it.
there.
Good. We'll let you know when we have enough to make the Joint Chiefs happy.
is he thinking? Sure.
Sir, here's Admiral Otomo.
Admiral, what is the meaning of this?
You will repeal the post-war constitution. You will order the immediate remilitarization of Japan. The United States will support this act politically and militarily to release themselves from further financial and military obligations, thereby concluding our relationship in Asia.
This is impossible. We repeal the Constitution. The Emperor would never.
The Emperor will do what the military tells him! I am not an unreasonable man. These efforts will take time. I have faith in your honor and prudence. So I give you 96 hours.
96. The people will never allow it.
If in 4 days these demands are not met, I will initiate the launch of a North Korean ballistic missile and sacrifice a Japanese city of my choosing. Regretfully, this will kill millions, but it will steal the will of the people if your appeals cannot. For the sake of your honor, and for the sake of Japan, I plead with you, do not force my hand in this matter.
That's it. He caught the signal.
My God.
Good God, Fisher. That confirms it. Otomo has been manipulating the Japanese government the entire time.
At least they're not sanctioning his actions. What's the next step? How do we stop Otomo?
If we're lucky, we might not have to.
What do you mean?
Grim?
I'm worried about that general, Fisher. He's been awfully quiet working on his laptop. Access it from here. Let's see what he's planning.
Okay. I thought I looked at that though.
Trying to reconnect. Ops, this is Central. We have your feed. The General is almost ready.
Affirmative. Ronan in position. Waiting for the word. Ronan, you are gold. I'll repeat. You are gold. Affirmative.
Okay. Oh. The event is still going on.
Come on, open that door. Just about. Got it. Back up. Pretty can clear. Go. Clear, clear, clear.
I thought I got it.
What's on fire in there, Ronan? Affirmative. Form up. Keep it tight. Watch short angle.
Okay, now they're shooting. Am I supposed to leave or stay?
Ronan! Ronan! Come in, Ronan! Oh, come in! Ronan! Up! Ronan is blocked. We're done!
The Admiral again, sir.
Admiral, we...
Fool! You waste your time to scheme like a dog. If you are unable to act honorably, then I will force you to act. You will not be able to deny the demands of the people after North Korea destroys one of our cities. You will know which one.
That is
My God.
terrible lip
We
syncing.
are doomed. We cannot do that. We cannot tell the Americans. It cannot fail. He has lost his mind.
Now,
Good Lord. Otomo is going to launch a North Korean missile at his own country.
What's the time frame?
Could be hours, could be minutes. Get down there and destroy his servers.
What about extraction?
If you can't take out those...
And if I do take out the servers?
We'll make that part up as we go.
That's half a plan if I've ever heard one.
Just got off the horn with the Joint Chiefs. I'm lifting the non-lethal mission parameter. Fifth freedom with everyone except Otomo.
You're kidding me.
We need to capture him alive. His profile is pretty clear. He won't lie to a war crimes tribunal in the face of the evidence. It would offend his sense of honor.
You need him to take responsibility so the rest of Japan is off the hook with North Korea.
Exactly. If Otomo dies, we're right back at square one. Bring him in breathing.
Doesn't this speaker have any power?
They're sending another assault team. Cut the power to the elevators.
Fisher, North Korea just contacted NORAD and the president. They report that they've lost control of a launch facility. They can't abort, and they're not sure that they can destroy it on time.
How long?
They say 3 minutes until it's away.
I think I can reach the shore.
Hurry up!
Fun laser-filled hallway. You basically just sneak your way through this. It's not super hard unless you forget about lasers. Where was I supposed to be going? No, down. Now where are you? That wasn't helpful. That was.
Good thinking, Fisher.
Any line on what's going on in this place can only help.
Absolutely.
I want to be away when that thing blows
They
up.
say 60 seconds until it's away.
I'm working on it. Wait, what? How close do you want me to be?
Thank God, Fisher. That aborted the launch.
Yeah, but I think it woke up the neighbors.
Get through them, Fisher. Then bring in Otomo alive.
My pleasure.
Just to see something.
Can I go with no? Oh, I gotta go behind you, don't I? Don't mind me, just coming. Why did I fall down in a hole again? Oh boy, another server room. And some guy, apparently. Oh, hey, look, it's Otomo.
What have you done, American?
Give it up, Admiral. It's over.
You think that I will surrender to you? You think that I will allow your people to my dignity
Could you at least allow me to stand?
chains?
No!
Now what?
And there was nothing I
I
could
think
do.
someone is taking himself a bit too seriously.
We can't afford to let him die, Fisher. Get in there and stabilize him. Fast.
Okay. How do you expect me to do that? Do I shoot the glass out? I don't think that didn't work. Oh, now you open. How nice. No, there we go. Whoop. I can't see. I can't see.
Good work, Fisher. He's stable, but we still have to get him out of there. You're going to have to blast your way out.
We're over 100 feet underwater.
You're not pressurized, Fisher. It will be a shock, but you won't get the bends.
Next time, you're going on the mission and I'm making up the crazy plan.
Oh, look, he had some things. I want to see what was on his computer.
Oh.
Run. Run, you fool. Or hobble. Do a thing. Okay. There it goes.
Admiral Otomo, former head of the Japanese Information Self-Defense Force, made a surprise confession today on the witness stand at the Hague War Crimes trial. Otomo openly admitted conspiring to instigate war between the Koreas and the United States, claiming that In other news, China's ambassador to the United States, Long Dan, received the Nobel Peace Prize today for his efforts in diffusing the Korean conflict. President Bowers today addressed the nation following the crisis that brought us to the brink of war.
Finally, I want to take a moment to thank those unsung heroes in the intelligence community who may very well have saved our nation and the world from certain disasters.
Thank you, Mr. President.
The boss seems happy. How about that raise?
They're cutting us back. You'll have to settle for a vacation.
Yeah, right.
Well, that was the last mission. I don't think our grades are going to be super hot. I was wrong. Apparently having shootouts with people is fine, provided they don't trigger any alarms. And there's our final tally. Oh, our average was 91. Neat. Now, in my mind, this game is still a, quote, good stealth game. In my mind, what that means is a good stealth game should be like a good puzzle game. Like, your objective should be obvious. There was a case in the battery where that wasn't around the end, but what you need to do should be obvious, as should the obstacles in your way. This achieved that pretty much through and through, except for some parts. And you could, well, I didn't really showcase a whole lot in this series, but you can also go through this animation different ways. Like, there are people who go through this game as like a ghost. They don't bother with anyone. They just walk past them. They just stealth past them. I prefer to knock them out so they don't show up later. In this game, you can also just shoot everyone, but that's not really a optimal way to go about through this game. But if things do go south, as they did in Soul, and here somewhat, you do have the option to retaliate, to try to claw back at it. You are fragile, and it's not usually going to work out, but it's still an option. Other stealth games, like especially around this area, there was, oh no, you got spotted. You're done. Have fun restarting the mission. But I still hold this as like the best Splinter Cell game as well. This was like the peak of it. It's like the Thief 2 of Splinter Cell. The sequels after this, I might get to the one I have. I never played Double Agent, but I played the demo and that was bad. That was mostly just like a first-person shooter with some like base stealth stuff. But the one sequel I played, which I believe is Blacklight or Blacklist, that wasn't what I would call a stealth game. It's more like a cover-based shooter game that you occasionally go into the shadows to go back into cover. So it lost its heart, it lost its spirit after this, basically. It's no longer about being stealth, it's just about killing people. I don't like that direction it went. It's just a shame to have a game series that was like this and just go off the rail like that. But as for the level design, that was also quite good. It was usually like 2 or 3 branching paths that go, like you can go one room, there's 2 paths from that, or 3, and they converge at some later point, and then they branch off again, and that's good level design. There's also the gimmicks of each level. The first mission, there was nothing there, it was just basic stealth. Second mission introduced alarms. Third mission introduced cameras. Next mission after that, which was New York, introduced cameras with IR. And then when you get to this place, you're on a non-lethal one, a non-lethal point. And then you kind of start back at the beginning again. There's no alarm. Well, there are alarms, but there's no cameras to worry about. But it seems like all the guards got uprated. Then after that, we're back to cameras again. And then it just builds on all that. Though that does kind of break down in Soul, which was not so much the cameras had IR as it was like an active war zone. It wouldn't just shoot you, it would. That's basically what the design was about. Introduce this one gimmick, have it play throughout the level, and then carry all that and the other gimmicks onto the next level. It wasn't just all front-loaded. It was piece by piece. Yeah, it was nice. Except for when you forgot about it, because it's been like 4 levels. I probably should have written some thoughts on this down ahead of time. Although I can probably just ramble for another 30 minutes straight about the pros and cons of this game, that's ups and downs. But I'll probably not get to that. Maybe at some later date, if I ever do the other Splinter Cell game. Or a other Splinter Cell game. I go a bit more in depth about that. Well, that was the end of Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. Thanks for tuning in. See you all for the next game.